All right, welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota. You are watching the TPN TV and Radio Network coming to you live from the United States of America. Today we'll get a very interesting topic we'll get for can discuss. And if you watch this broadcast and you want to be part of the show, not hesitate for put you comment in the comment section of the platform where they watch me from. If you watch me from Facebook, just put you comment in our Facebook comment section. We'll be able to broadcast your comment here. If you watch me from YouTube at the same thing, just put your comment on YouTube and we'll go from there. So today we'll get a lot of interesting topic we'll get for discuss, and that's get for do with the release of Paolo Conteh. All right. We know say Paolo Conteh na somebody we been dey serve 3 years sentence after they acquit him for treason, then convict him on 2 counts, where each one supposed to be 12 months, and Paolo Conteh been in a prison while in lawyers them in the trial for make the appeal. The appeal process was going on. So then this year, before the night of New Year's, the president, His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, give Paolo Conteh a pardon, and that's now it make the able for release him from prison. Well, the release come with a lot of happiness on one side, and also it come with a lot of criticisms from the other side. And each of them sides and they can discuss and see within the ramification or the implication behind waiting people and they talk about this release of Paolo Conteh, you know. But before we do that, I try for share my screen here. Make sure we view as them, then get this broadcast. Well, just give me 1 minute or so. I will finish for share them all over, both on YouTube and on Facebook. So now, before we go with the reactions where people then get for this presidential pardon, where they give Paolo Conteh. First of all, not to Paolo Conteh no more than give presidential pardon. It was about 243 people, I think so. Now, them people then the president's pardon, where they pull from prison. Since Paolo Conteh now probably one of the most high-profile prisoner will benefit from this pardon. So everybody was so focused on Paolo Conteh, but it was about 243 people from different parts of the country, prisons around the country. Now, we don't get this information earlier for say Paolo Conteh might be likely be pardoned by President Maada Bio. The information leaked to we way before the pardon was going on. So we've been expecting, yes, indeed, that's not something we probably get for happen. So when the president pardoned Paolo Conteh, so some of we not surprised because we don't know the information. Say yes, indeed, Paolo Conteh was actually going to be pardoned. Now, let me remind you back what happened. We all know, say, when the coronavirus hit, the president being called some former government officials way been there na the Ebola task force for make them can give their own experience and opinions, so that then we use their opinions then they and experience for fight the coronavirus. Because at that time, them people and they may play a crucial role for fight the Ebola. So Paolo Conteh was one of the people where they invite the State House. He go there the first time, then go brief them, then give the assignment for make them go write their own experience, then they come back, then their experiences then the government will able to use them, maybe even use some of them, then government officials then for fight the coronavirus. This was the foundation behind Paolo Conteh in involvement with the government. Now, when Paolo Conteh go write in your own experience, he send him. He go back the second time. He go back for go present what he don't write. So the government will able to look into that. At that time, now this problem may happen. They say Paolo Conteh go with gun na State House, and it not declare the gun na State House. That was the problem we happen at the start. So then get for charge Paolo Conteh. One of the charges we in charge Paolo Conteh was a treason. Well, we all know what happened. I just fast forward. Well, the trial took place, and Paolo Conteh was acquitted of treason, but convicted of 2 counts for illegal possession of a weapon or something like that. This was now it make Paolo Conteh been they serve the 2 years sentence until New Year's Eve, when President Bio pardoned him for pulling out prison. Now, I don't say Paolo Conteh in family member, they're so happy for pull Paolo Conteh from prison. Doesn't matter how Paolo Conteh was released from prison. The circumstances, they just want their own daddy and uncle and family member come on to prison. That was they don't call down there. But on social media, we don't see so many reactions them way take place. One of the reactions has to do with the very idea for say, first of all, the president, Madabio, do this for political gains. One of the factors them where people then say Madabio did this for a political reason was, well, there is an appeal process that's supposed they go on. People then say, why the not for be no wait that appeal day they go through before they pardon now? Well, now they do on this because the president want for gain sympathy for the human rights violations, all those type of stuff. This is one of the arguments where they go on social media. Okay, a lot of people are angry because the president pardoned Paolo Conteh. There are another argument for say in the first place, Paolo Conteh was not guilty of their allegations then they. So therefore, it not be even deserve for going to jail. This is another argument. So the pardon is nothing but that kind of a charade. Now understand what the time we talk about, right? Now, there's another point of view where the president, you call them fans, they hail the president for saying, yes, indeed, the president get the right and he do the right thing for pardon Paolo Conteh. And that don't show say the president not be really want for kill Paolo Conteh, or the president not want for not being believe say these are some of them, just three of the few arguments where they go on the social media. Well, today we can discuss some of them arguments and see which one way gets merit, which one way not just bickering, which one way make sense at all. Right? So, but before we do that, let's listen to a renowned lawyer about Paolo Conteh in treason trial. Let me just bring that here. All right. A renowned lawyer we been discussed about Paolo in treason trial where he talks in. First of all, Paolo not even that trial, that allegations they na bogus. So let's listen to them. Then we'll talk from there.
If it was the judge alone, I know him, Mr. Stevie, wonderful. I wonder whether I would have come to that.
Was someone trying to prove a point with your experience? In a point where
it was more than a point. That's why
when there is no evidence.
Well, I have got facts which I cannot reveal now in this place.
No,
people who are in the same church, there's a lot of personal issues
on this matter.
Which I got to know later on from reliable sources. And if it is true, I use my words carefully, then we do not want that again inside.
All right, let me just stop right here because I want to analyze this step by step so that we all go understand before we come into I go to with commentators then for talk about this. Waiting, this renowned lawyer they talk about. He understands it. First of all, the very allegation of treason, not the other allegations, treason, was a ploy for make them get Paolo Conteh because of personal vendetta. This is what he is trying to tell us for saying he can't understand about that later on. And if that is the case, that's now a bogus, allegations and we not for the state not for try for all people they are based on personal vendetta, because that's very, very dangerous. It leads to dictatorship. Okay, now we'll continue for listening.
I don't want Francis Davidon to hold a grudge against you, and I wait for the opportunity if I'm at home to and say, don't catch him. This is the can't charge a local. No, I'm just giving him an example, madam. I'm just saying. That's what you're saying. It should be based on the evidence.
And in your own opinion, the evidence was not.
No, that's my view. I don't think there was evidence to constitute the charge of treason. In other words, did he go there with the intention to overthrow the government of Sierra? I don't see the facts. Yes, madam, if that's what you're asking. So, that is what treason is.
So in this case,
I don't know who the other lawyer is, what he's been telling you, but that is far as I'm concerned.
Now, so in this case, where, in your opinion, and as well the opinion of the defense counsel, a wrong charge was brought on Paolo Conteh, again, for lack of evidence, who do we hold responsible? Who should take the fall? Because again, state resources have been put at trial.
The simple answer is, in an advanced country, those who persecuted others would have resigned or would have left office. That's what they do.
So
the serious fraud office in England, let me give you an example. Serious fraud office in England had one or two high-profile prosecutions. They lost them. That's true. The serious fraud, they resigned. See, which man different from black man? We don't want answer, say we don't know something. If it's not in which man, they don't resign. Because they knew they bungled it. Because this is not just bungling for the state. The state is also will become a laughing stock. This case was monitored by the international community all over the world. And when you prosecute people for treason, it's the highest criminal offense you're saying. And for you to lose 13 out of 15 counts, 13, only 2 you were succeeded in that case. Part of that's a disaster.
So should the AG be sacked
always. I am not saying she should give up for
I'm
me.
asking you.
I think if I was I would resign.
All right. Well, let me bring in my commentators there now. I hope say we all the listen waiting. You know the this lawyer been decided to talk about. Mr. Abdul, thank you very much for kind of the program, and Baibure also thank you very much for kind of the program. Before we start, I go to my commentators. I just want to remind people then the same. You comment if you get any comments, not hesitate for send a comment there. Now the platform way you watch way. If the YouTube you watch we just put the comment you comment at the comment section of YouTube. The same thing with Facebook. So we were able for broadcast then comment then they and we were able for discuss with them comment then they. But now let me start with Baibure. Baibure, looking at the pardon itself, I don't say you get a strong opinion on this. So what are you take on that? Mr. Alu, there anyway. Bible, where you? Not the at all, Bible. You mute your phone. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you clearly now. So you can go ahead.
All right. I said this now. One case in point where I don't greet everybody, including the listeners. Now, one case in point where the government they toy with the liberties of the people, and more so somebody where don't serve the military. And you go see a paradox. The president himself now somebody where they obi don't serve the military. And taking at the American history, or if they one compare things there in America, if you don't get anything for do somebody who don't put in life on behalf of the nation to serve. If you don't get anything for doing, now forget and respect. Now for respect the military. But the current leadership now alone, particularly President Madabio, he get a history for disrespect people of the forces there. He don't take part for summarily execute the #1 policeman at the country. The #1 policeman, late James Bambe Kamara. He depend the coup for summarily executor. And he other senior boss owner late Colonel Yaya Kanu. He take part for summarily executor. This now the leadership this. So this pardon here where they come, now hypocrisy. Because a man will get a tendency for kill top military brass, top members of the forces with impunity. That are the crux of the matter. Where he killed the #1 policeman, nothing no happy with him. He come back, he can't practice politics in the country. And they highlight this, many Sierra Leoneans that they know. May we know, may they reflect what they go on. And when they talk about the police, now institution, now people that will get respect, policeman ain't get the country. And so German of all, he go sign a contract for go put yourself in harm's way on behalf of people that made them live. More they enjoy democracy, more they enjoy liberty. Then people and they then deserve respect in our community. But if one of their kind no get respect for them, I don't know whose lesson what would they learn. Somebody will be saying a military man. You know, get no respect for the military. I don't know we all know why they whole uniform, how would they feel, and how for treat soldier man then. But me, Babure, as my name implies, I get respect for that man who sign a contract for protect the country, the territorial integrity of the country. For more we live in ready for die. First. Then kind people and they will not get nothing. So if they talk about that part on day, now that side they no more me they pull force. Say
Okay.
that man they say that they pardon so deserve something like a pardon. A man who therefore don't respect, who not for don't reach that level they because of what he don't do in the country.
All right.
Not for
So,
talk about a pardon.
let me ask you a question quickly before I go to Mr. Abdul. You still no comment, so I know they see you face. Now that make another identify for make sure you steady with the camera before I bring you cam. But let me ask you a question quickly, Baiburiam. Are you happy with the pardon, irrespective of voting at the circumstances behind the arrest one? But for the fact that now that he is free, are you happy with that?
Well, I'm not. Make I answer you direct. I'm not because at 9 am opening. There was no need for a pardon. It not for exist. The thing not for exist. That circumstance not exist for make because the man a celebrated lawyer, somebody of legal mind, Francis Gabardon. Gabidon. It's be that man that no but and small. Now be the ombudsman. Now one of the chief human rights complainers then at the country there.
Mr. Babure, Mr.
Yes,
Njai. Irrespective of what we think of our society, we don't say yes, the justice system is very, very rotten. But the fact that he was acquitted in the most heinous crime when at treason, but they still convict him on 2 counts. So yes, we go say it's not supposed to happen, but this is the legal system. Now that one day we get that rotten system. Now we get for abide by that, right?
Now they've got to tell you, now this same nonsense, nothing they call absurdity. Because I know see sense day. No, I know see no sense day.
How?
Because the president, one of the executive, he don't transform himself as a court. In one grade, they act as a president. In one, they act as a court. Now they direct and dictate what will happen at the court. So no ever, never feel say the court na salon na a court. Now mother be your court. Now mother be your court.
Unfortunately, Mr. Baibule, unfortunately, you are right. But this stem not only from Madabio. Every president where they don't come to that country since the one party state to this multi-party system, always the court is under the auspices of the executive branch. So it happened to Anes Baikoroma, it happened to Madabio, it happened to Tijan Kaba, and it even happened to Sheka Stevens. This is something that make us say we caught it rotten. But unfortunately, not the only one who will get.
Thank you for what you talk. Now the 2 of the 3 arms of government.
Yeah.
Therefore, interact in such a way, but each one for respect in company.
Exactly.
Enough for interfere. Because of course, the president now they appoint the chief justice. So you go see it perform some judiciary function. So in are still part of that aspect. But what I tell is we may know beyond reasonable doubt, then cases of the APC what we appeal against for the past elections there, no come to a hearing until such a time when he dictate that. And the time when he wants that 10 parliamentarians there to be sworn for making get the majority in our parliament so that he go to desecrate the parliament. You see how they rush there up? They bypass all other things, he manipulated everything. So the president, they interfere into a different, unduly they interfere into the arm of government where they destroy the democracy. And what they tell you, mind you, make I tell you one point, what have been they talk now, but at some point, you know, been they see that point, the international community, the part that they play, you see what that man, they read elections, then our constituency 110. You see the European, executive, now they na the right hand, not only in deputy, not only Sierra Leone and deputy. Then people and the pressure where they depend na that country they Madabio no wants anything. Why he sack the attorney general? Because all what he wants now for execute that money through the courts. Now miss him. Now miss him.
All right, let's bring in now. Let's bring in Mr. Abdul. Mr. Abdul, I don't say it in Amatoka, but go ahead and give your opinion on this particular matter.
On the release of Paolo Conteh, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I think if I read the lawyer Gabidon, I think say Mother do the release perhaps through the international pressure where they receive, where Babure just the reference on what they happen at the country. We saw differ with Babure that on based on some of the things that we say. For me, first of all, if you follow that case, they very keenly say now like a Western world, Paulo not be need for in a prison. I mean, we all know say now political issue make Paulo go na prison. If you follow the case, you follow the evidence. I mean, for let Paulo in defense lawyer, then say okay, the man himself will allegedly commit the crime. Say yes, when I pull the video, the CCTV in a state house, it go prove say that's when I happen. Up to the end of this case, we then convict him on this charge and free him on the most heinous one, treason. They're not able to pull the evidence there. I mean, the prosecutors then they're not able to show the evidence there. They suppress him in contact with the judge because I think saying that the judge agree. Otherwise, if we're being come out, because now I make as a politics involved. So I believe say now the international pressure, I believe say now that awaken the government and the president for let do this. I not believe say now the SLPP cabal now then go sit down perhaps now Abbas Bundi host now UN drive, then decide say, hey, you know what? As a goodwill gesture, law release this man. No, I believe say then they get the vibes. Maybe Nabila Tunis, they get the vibes. The Human Rights Commission where they Salon and other international body the way they then they talk to them. And like what Mr. Cyber says, most of them are not happy with what is going on in the country. I mean, I will not say it on national TV here, but although themselves then get an issue with the APC, this so-called international community, that the APC is here to do certain things the way they want for let them do. I mean, they know what they go on at the country, they know it is not right, and some of them don't begin to say, oh, well, if we been do, we fingerprint self and the past election, we regret it now. But we not self, we not do, now we mock them. So, it is good way they release them. I mean, because I've been they follow yesterday, now the TPN forum, where some people and they say, oh, Paulo in political career, ambition is over. And glad, Mr. Mankota, you be able to correct some of them, say, as long as he don't get a presidential pardon, he gets a clean slate as if he was never charged. So Paulo can run for president as alone if you want,
Yeah.
So I believe saying a good thing where the president do. Me not believe say 100%. I hope I am wrong. Now on a very good gesture, no more humanitarian feeling, President Bio do that because don't forget, President Bio is not the one. He's there the figurehead, but he has like what you call in America during the Bush administration, where they call the neo-conservatives. These are the people who have been direct the Bush administration, where they say let's go to war in Iraq and all the rest of it and see what is happening now. So you have those type of people in the SLPP where really bent on revenge and avenge for whatever misdeed, where they claim quote unquote APC be non do. Notwithstanding that, I believe say those people they still get enormous power in the government. But at the same time, Madabio, like I talked to a very close person of Madabio, where say the president tell her one day inside the state, inside your office. He said, man, he said, now people like when I rely pa. He said they inside them 4 wall here. I don't know what they go on now though. He said now when what they can't tell me and others, now they check by. Me don't know what they go on now do. So if they bring me this information, now they take, So that's until like this they happen. So I believe saying that the international community play a role behind the scenes for say when I release this man, because there is nothing there, first of all, to charge him for in the first place. This is something you guys could have resolved amicably. The man I would invite him. First of all, I mean, JJ Safar, now called Palo. Irrespective of people in our power, you have those in government who get good relationships with past APC people them. I mean, you do that investigation, man, you come back and say it on this show. JJ Safar not called. They don't use government phone for call Palo. JJ Safar using cell phone. He called Palo in cell phone. Let me or sidebar call you directly. Say, oh man, the president will call you tomorrow and so on and so forth. So it's good when they release him. I mean, let them move on and then let Palo reclaim back
So,
life.
all right, let me bring in Mr. Kabo. Mr. Kabo, it seems like we have two videos. So, all right, let me mute. Mr. Kabo, we have two videos. All right, I don't mute the first one. Which one way you want for make a bring in, because the first one. Okay. Can you say something? I think that the one who are mute, nine they give you the echo. Okay, let me remove this. Let me remove the first, the other. Let me remove. Okay. So okay, now now you okay? Let me unmute you now. Go ahead. Unmute you.
Right.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. You good?
All right. Yeah. So, what's your question? Good afternoon. Good morning.
Yeah,
Wherever you are.
it's not a
This is
question.
Kabo from New York.
I just want to know your opinion on the pardon, the presidential pardon where they give Paolo Conteh. What are the, so they bring a lot of debate on social media. Some people they say applaud, some people they say this, some people they say that. So I just want to get your opinion on that.
Well, first of all, Happy New Year to everybody, both home and abroad. This is Kabo from New York. It's good that we have these deliberations. We've seen into the internet, into the media, people coming with different ideas. But what is obvious is that there's nothing that APC will do, whether it is good or it's bad, that APC will not find an excuse. The pardon of Paolo is so content in a history of our country. People who are very sincere enough, who are really politically inclined, who have put it together and make thoughts, and those who read and listen to or maybe they consult their parents, they told them what it is, they will come and answer. And those people who just been there to propagate, to create propaganda and cause confusion, they have their own version. Now, if I look at way back in the history of Sierra Leone, as I know every one of you know that, and some of us just don't want to accept the fact. This is historic, and this is very, very good for our country. Historic in the sense that I haven't seen in my own life history from the time, more so when I start growing up, from the time of Shaka Stevens, when there was anything by the name of a coup mentioned in the country, that individual gets free. Doesn't matter whether it was proven true, whether it was proven right, whether it's proven wrong. It is always a problem that those people are going to be executed. You can name me some, maybe one or two. I'm not sure if you have them in the list that were ever accused of a coup of any nature, of any form, or any shape in Sierra Leone during the APC arena. I mean, during the APC reign, when that individual comes victorious and free or being pardoned. If Madabio has done that, this is a historical moment for the country, and this is how democracy is being ushered in the country. And you got to remember one thing: Madabio is there to maintain democracy in the country, because he brought in democracy, he ushered democracy, he signed treaty It was him who ushered democracy. Whether you like it or not, you have to give you have to say the facts. You have to say where the truth is.
Yeah,
and where the lies lie. This is why sometimes people say Cargo supports.
Who said that's for what and call with the presidential pardon?
Oh yeah, that's the ushering of democracy. That's the building and the building blocks of democracy. The presidential pardon of Paolo. We see the trend from the coup.
Are you telling me before the implementation of multi-party democracy, there was no presidential pardon?
Mr. Mankota, I made it straight that if I make a mistake, you can correct me where necessary. So just give me an instance where during APC time, from Shaka Stevens' days, because we knew SLPP ruled also the country before Shaka Stevens. They only presided over the mantle of the country for 7 years. And that is 1961 to 1968, early 1968. And since then, it was APC up to, where it went to. So if there has been any person that has been accused of a coup, because first of all, before a coup comes to place during the time of Shaka Stevens, it's already been planned. It's something they just plan. And it's already been planned. Whether it is true or not, the person is going to be killed anyway. The family is going to suffer anyway. Those people are going to be executed. So we have seen where Paolo took a gun to the state house and he was executed. I mean, he gone free. And we've seen where probably Kaikai and others, Kaikai was probably all the way in Waterloo, and where probably he was searched for a gun, and the gun was found. If that was true, he was executed. Now, which one is closer? From Waterloo to State House and State House to State House.
Okay,
correct.
Yeah, I think we discussed about this before. Even within the Anes Baikoroma in government, they accuse Sujamandem of attempting a coup. Then Sujamandem then they not jail. At the end of the day, what happened? They free them. So it is not a unique situation. We are in not only Madabio, not every Paolo Conteh because he won for foster democracy. But I just want for make you show me for make you categorically deny here.
That is a unique reason. In the fact that it's a unique situation for the fact.
What's not the uniqueness?
It's a unique situation for the mere fact that ever since he was arrested, all of you, all the APCians were chanting that it is political. He's a political prisoner. First of all, he was arrested, and the Madabio has come to stampede on, put a stop on APC. He wants to eradicate APC. He's running after APC. He's a witch hunt. All those things were said. The military were military. Maybe during that time of Anes Koroma, you know what military takeover is. Okay, that's a different aspect from this one, which was political. Okay, and you all know how it happens. You see, everybody's jubilating. I am happy because I need peace in my country. All right, and the whole world is happy about that. Only a very few elements who are not happy about that, and that is these people who are in the wrong history of the country, and they don't like the country because they just want problem. Some people are speculating that it's international pressure. What is it that Madabio has done in that country, whether good or bad, that APC supporters have never classed as an international pressure? When they lose election, they said it was the international who give Madabio. Anything they do, they said it is the international. Take this from APC. It is the international pressure that makes Madabio is doing this. So, I mean, we are used to it. When people are built on lies, people when parties exist in lies and propaganda, we get used to it. You know, even you, Mr. Mankota, 2 days ago, based on propaganda and lies and misuse and the rudeness, last week when you were calling on people to come and join on the discussion, you even warned them. That's a stigmatization. You even warned those people, and they are all supporters of SLPP. You said whoever comes here thinking that he's going to attack a person, let him don't come, because you know what they are. So international problem, we are used to it.
Mr. Gabo, thank you very much. One thing I agree with you. It doesn't matter whether it is politically motivated or not. And I believe saying Paolo Conteh and in family, then will agree with me saying, for now, Paolo Conteh is very, very happy because they get a presidential pardon. And the one they wait them, then they talk same, then let them for be wait after the verdict. Now the same people they way that if that verdict they uphold the previous verdict, then we'll begin talking about it. So I agree with you.
Those are the wrong people. Those are the wrong people of the country.
Right. Let me go to Mr. Dr. Kamara. Sorry, Dr. Kamara, go ahead.
Yes. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, listeners and comrades and commentators. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I've been away. Dr. Mankota, thank you for opening this station way so vibrant and viable. And sometimes it's very good to have people who have clues. When somebody go to exam a clueless, they go begin pad, they go write one sentence for full up the page. Sense no day. I want to thank God, first of all, for the release of Paolo. And also to thank Mada Bio, the President, His Excellency, Dr. Mada Bio, for where it come under inclemency. But there are a few things I want to clarify here. The retired Honorable Major Paolo Conteh not commit any coup. One man not commit coup. You can say assassination, I mean not a lawyer, assassination attempt, okay. But we're not going to sit down here with the they waste your time, they waste the viewers and time. We're not going to talk the truth. This thing, the man did not commit a coup. That was why he was exonerated. One of the reasons. And there was no evidence, just like one of the speakers here, you have a CCTV camera, we're not doing. But let's don't go back to that. The second point, for the records, the late President Kaba begat clemency from the late President Momo. Yes. And in fact, that make him exonerated, he come able for stand for presidency. So this answers my questions to the people them, we're clueless, we're just a talk. I mean, it's just a hula balo.
What's a hula balo?
Now noise.
Okay. It's a noise.
Okay. So what I'm saying here, I'm sorry, pardon me, I'm a science student. I might not be giving you the right answers, but I'm proud to tell you that I studied the WAEC and I get history, I get 6 Panam, and I get 3 per English. Forget about the math, the biology, and the physics. So I can challenge anybody from the history of West Africa to now, especially that of Sierra Leone. Moving forward.
Not by Bure.
Okay. Okay, moving forward. Yes, I want to thank His Excellency Brigadier Dr. Mada Bio. One, they don't show, say, this naive before don't do all along. And I further ask and plead to Ram for making free all the prisoners them, especially the political prisoners them, particularly Usman Karanke Conteh. Make extend the olive branch to the also innocent people them where they nada panemba the way then they suffer. That's me go take them for say really this is not a political something, but a general amnesty is ready for make for the country, not just one life where they try for free. Talking about the retired Honorable Defense Minister Paolo. I know this gentleman very well. In fact, when he was a cadet in Egypt, I was living with the military attaché. So when they come, they always come, and many of them, Momori, Kesboya, Tambalebi, Jumu, Jalo, all them, I know them. But this is a particular kind of person where I know we're very disciplined. And I host them when I was Secretary General, Now, Egypt, when he was ADC to the late Sheikh Stephen, all I can say about him, he is a very disciplined and diligent man. I'm glad he then get him off the hook. Whatever circumstances there, we tell God thank you. Because there are so many conspiracy theories there, we don't hear it. But again, like I say, me plea for this 2021, make the president and not listening to plenty people. And also, let me send a warning to most of the people that are working there around with presidency them. Not only this, whatever presidency, be it the former president, Anes Nkrumah, or the forthcoming president, and beyond, I could take time how will they deal with the people them. Now today, I will tell you, say, yesterday, Paolo would have been a dead man through the advice, the ill advice of so many people. And let me bring this also to the attention of His Excellency the President. When he was in a town hall meeting in New York, I attended that meeting. I want to make a special reference to what he said, that some of you would be surprised to see me in heaven. I think say it don't begin work towards that, but it get for deaf in ears and do the diligence of that country.
All right. So,
and many people there, where they try for advice for make the national cohesiveness what we want for that country, do you made a stop? Talking about the APC, President Bio has no resistance from the APC since he came. In fact, now they don't begin talk safe. They just keep quiet. They left her for make it go. Make it concentrate more on in policies them, on the advices them, on in manifestos them, what he say for the country.
All right.
So if you ask me, I'm happy that he released Paolo because this will add to the national cohesiveness of the nation and the peaceful situation of the country and beyond. Please let him think of beyond Paolo and release the other inmates the way they did. Thank you.
Let me go for a short break before I come back to Mr. Baibue. When we come back, we will continue for listening to Gabidon Iyong statement where he hear about the treason. Then we will come back to the commentators. Then, but let we go for a short break. Welcome back to the program. If you just join, we discuss about the presidential pardon where they give Paolo Conteh na Sierra Leone. And this channel is all about Sierra Leone, the debate, the discussion, and everything when they think of politics, we they do na this channel. Yeah. So we discuss about the presidential pardon where President Bio give pardon this New Year, and why and how and what are the reasons. Now let we continue for. Let me bring in again. Let we continue for listening to Gabidon, and we go from there and try for see waiting now the implication on this pardon and even the trial itself. Now, allow me.
And a point that she doesn't resign, and you say this is an embarrassment. That is right. That's what I'm asking. I'm saying in a my view is with a big high profile. The way this case was hyped, you would have thought Mars was coming down to that. And it was not the only thing they said was this man went to in a situation where she doesn't resign. That's entirely for the government. For me, you should ask me, and I'll say it publicly. I think you should do the decent thing. Submit your resignation. The president can accept it or reject it. You have resigned if you were in that position. Oh yes, I would have, but I would not have charged for it. No way, sir. Augustine, man. It was the jury who I tell you.
Right. So now, waiting. Gabi don't talk about is the treason charges where we already don't know say we don't pass back. We don't pass beyond that. Now, if Paolo Conteh, because if you look at the comments where Ajibu Jallow, let me just read quickly. Let me bring it. What Ajibu Jallow they talk about? Ajibu Jallow saying the issue of treason is relevant for this discussion here, owing the fact that the matter was discharged. So we know say yes, the matter is discharged. The issue here is the pardon granted by His Excellency. Is it a full pardon where all record associated with the matter is expunged, or a simple pardon where the conviction is rescinded and he does not have to complete his sentence? So let me discuss about this statement from Ajibu Jallow. Based on what I understand, this means, according to what I understand, this is a full pardon where Paolo not for continue with the sentence where the Mindon issue to him. So this is not a full pardon. What I believe say also have to do with the expungement of a record. Now that make at this time Paolo Conteh still gets the opportunity even for run for president as alone. Based on what you understand about this presidential pardon. So now we go to Mr. Baibure. Baibure, what do you take also based on what you hear the other commentators them?
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Mankota. Just like you rightly say, Paolo Conteh not to want them pardon. Other people and the pardon no go for defined individual new pardon. Then just pardon everybody, just like how they black pardon. So for going to the chemistry for beginning say pardon Paolo pardon is different from the other. No, a pardon is a pardon. Full stop. That name you know. So the man is just as free as any other citizen, even before this crime business here. Then coming back to the idea of the pardon where they give this man and the government. See, why they not go pardon now? Why not go come on now? Oh, they don't loot the bank there. They don't loot the bank. They don't say the program they count Boku money and they don't want to make the man see. So then go keep on. They go keep on say, oh, they don't loot the bank, all the bank there they don't empty. Then pull the man, make the man can see now say the bank there they are all empty.
Now that's an announcement, Andy.
This is the SLPP government, you know. This is a fact. They looted all the banks. The banks are empty. And now the government in policy for undermine the banking system, then they interfere into the judiciary, then interfere into the banking system. Now no confidence. And now what they tell themselves, then the SLPP, he said the APC then get money inside the bank. Una don't keep una bank money in the bank, una chief now the bank they're all there empty. But the people of Sierra Leone, they are going to judge them come 2023.
All right.
Now that no more get for highlight for now.
All right. Let me bring in Mr. Abdul again. Okay, Mr. Abdul, go ahead. Any addition to what you hear from other folks?
Well, thank you. I just want touch on what my big brother Dr. Kamara talk on about the political history of Sierra Leone. And I hate to say this, and this is not personal for my other brother, Mr. I just want to refer, perhaps he forgets, and it's not a personal, but perhaps I like one English word that he use. I may not go to school. And I go use them back as long as we can. I read something contrary to what the history book tell us. Because the historians then they write something for the yet unborn. Mr. Cargo has a venom for APC. He say APC, when they put you on Panamba Road, even on concocted lies of not making a coup, then go execute you. Well, I want let Mr. Cargo go back in history. He go read and say, those who were convicted in 1974, when Momo came, he pardoned them. One of the people away them pardon in Grand Pekin, be my girlfriend, I for be married. The trader away named Obed from Puchloko. Then pardon them. The second thing, Mr. Kagbo, for go back to history, let Mr. Kagbo do a research of this. All over. How can you be in detention? Let Mr. Kagbo talk on this radio today. The Kuwe Bambe Kamara and Yaya Kanu form. Yaya Kanu is a distant cousin of mine. I don't talk because I'm Lamiu Fambul. It was the same day, the 25th of December. So I give this assignment to Mr. Kagbo. You don't need for answer now. I know Mr. Baibure touched on that early on where they try for bring the comparison between Major Paolo about the killing of others. As far as the Yaya Kanu Bambe Kamara, the cookers are, I want to tell Mr. Kagbo that the man where they have been from.
Yeah, you did Pandrai, but it seems you freeze.
Yeah, a lost coverage. Yeah.
Yeah, where you did Pandrai, we freeze. So okay, until Mr. Abdul come back, let me just pull on the broadcast first until he come back. All right, then we go to Mr. Okay, still freeze, Mr. Abdul. So let me go to Mr. Kabo. Mr. Kabo, go ahead.
Yeah, let me put 2-3 points straight first before I hit on the nail. One, I see Mr. Ajibu Jallo talking that Mr. Kabo don't know what he's talking about. The issue of Kai was Waterloo Street and not Waterloo. I want to let Mr. Jallo understand that I'm talking of distance, and it is so understand that what I was saying is that Paolo was with the gun in the State House as compared to somebody who was in Waterloo. And I was comparing distance, but he failed to realize that. So that's just a point of correction. The second point of correction I wanted to make is that a coup is assassination, is to kill and assassinate somebody. A lone wolf is also an assassination, to kill and to assassinate somebody. These are the things we are talking about. So no matter how you twist them, you will come back to Kagbo. Now, again, I want to thank Mr. Abdul for because I did ask if history failed, if I don't remember something, because there are too many things coming up and down, and besides, I just came from sleep. I was running up and down because I was late. He just made the correction that when Momo came, he pardoned some other people. I think that's correct. A good one. If that is so, I appreciate that, because I did leave a gap on that to say, if I don't understand or I miss something, let somebody come and prove it. But with the idea of the instance of Bambe Kamara and others, he was not able to complete, so I cannot comment on it now. But what I want to say about it is that Bambe Kamara's issue was not a political party issue. It was a military coup issue. So that don't play in this role. Now, to say the pardon of Paolo Conteh with regards to any baggage came out with, I'm quite confident. I'm not sure, again, somebody could come and correct me if I'm correct or wrong, that Madabio, being the fact that he's ready and he has ever been determined for democracy, I don't think he has any, he will leave Paolo, I think he will leave Paolo clean, and with no blemish, with no record of saying to tarnish his character politically, because he's a guy who is free and he likes competition and he likes democracy. So I think Paolo, I'm sure Paolo is free for good, and Paolo could aspire as a candidate, and he will be ready or any form or shape. Madabio is ready in any form or shape to meet with any politician in the country. And just like when he reintegrated it, just like when he reintegrated it in the COI, in the commission, he forgave people He said he's not going to export from competing. The only thing he asks is you pay the money and or you go to court, but you are welcome. So these are the most important things in the country, and we like to hear them. And no matter how one spins them, no matter how one is educated, because people are going out of context.
Right.
But I want to be just within the framework of the
let me bring if you never talk, you not be able then Mr. Abu. Mr. Abu, continue.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. What I want done, let Mr. Kagbo understand why are the reference the fingerprint on anything that has to do with APC. Mr. Kagbo, Yaya Kanu and Bambe Kamara never formed a coup. If this is so, I want to let you respond to this comment where Madam you say he take responsibility of him and the NPRC of the execution of Yaya Kanu and Bambe Kamara, even though Strasser and Musa and others, but that they were wrong executing them because there was no coup. They were just executed based on paranoia. So what can you say about that, Mr. Kagbo? You keep talking about Madam father of democracy. I'm very close. I am very close to people that are close to Madam Bio. Madam Bio not to bring democracy in a salon. Stop saying that.
Yeah, well, that's what I right. Because we all know say Madam Bio respond. Yeah. Mr. Kagbo, I give you 1 minute for making respond. Then we'll go to Adams. Adams just joined the conversation. Go ahead. You get 1 minute.
Right, that's a good question, Mr. A good review, Mr. Abdul. But don't forget the fact that he was a military officer at the time, and today he's a civilian, a political figure in the country. But then he was not a politician, he was a military officer, and everything that was done by degree. So the excesses of Madabio yesterday are not the excesses of Madabio today. So he's a different person, and besides, just like I always say, he's corrupt, just like everybody goes in the country. But in the country of in a nation where all people are blind and one man with one blind eye, it's going to be exonerated. So in this case, Madabio is exonerated because he ushers democracy. He is the one in his own reign as a military personnel who took over from his boss. That he overthrew his boss to say Strasser. And because he failed to meet with the demands and the demands of the military personnel at the time, he overthrew him. He took power from him in 3 months, and he gave power to the people. So he ushered democracy. History will tell us that whether you like it or not, it is written in the books. Whether you like it or not, Paolo is pardoned by Madabio. Your children go to read it. And your children after our children are going to read about that. That's just the basic.
Mr. Kagbo, you get 1 minute, you don't overdo 1 minute. Okay, I bring in Adam. I don't know if Adam's now audio number. I don't know if Adam's there, me. If Adam's there, me, can you
yes.
Okay, good. All right. When they talk about this pardon, some people are saying a political motivated pardon, something international community, all those type of things, it generated to other stuff. So what are your take on this particular issue where happen where the president pardon Paolo Conteh?
Well, thank you, Abu, to viewers out there and fellow panelists. In the first place, I want to welcome the news that the fact that Paolo has been pardoned for an issue where he not be even supposed for Dede, who said it is so. He not be supposed for Dede under any other circumstance. I think we don't talk about that issue there now, and then we repeat them back. But now that way the president don't pardon man, it's a welcoming news. Even though it would have been nice for Meki for be fully vindicated by the courts, knowing that he did nothing wrong and that he had no prior or ulterior motive for go harm the president or commit treason as then be alleged, where the court will say there was absolutely nothing to do with that. Yes, it is a good and a welcoming news. Whether, you know, I see people they talk say maybe the presidents don't realize they try for make up for the wrongs. If that is the case, well, I hope say it will not just stop at pardoning, but it should go a step further, especially with some of the utterances that will become as at the time when Paulo and others were arrested, when the president in one of the address to the nation and say it accused the opposition members of involving in terrorism. There is absolutely no evidence also to that. So if he's now making a step back for the name, for the sake of Sierra Leone, for make peace prevail, it's a step in the right direction. Like I say, some of you would have loved for make the court vindicate the man. Maybe sometimes they don't get a nudge and say there is no case, absolutely for this man. But however, having a pardon with, as I say, people they say it's a full pardon that he's been given, which is also a good thing because Section 63 of the Constitution now give the president the prerogative of mercy for make a pardon whoever it is where he thinks he has been found wanting of either criminal or a convict. Put it that way, just a convict. He gets that prerogative of mercy there for pardon them. As in the case of Paulo, people they argue say, in case still in an appeal court, they before don't wait here and there. But also me they say back to people and that there is absolutely also no law. There is absolutely no law also we go stop the president for pardon somebody just because they don't charge until they or a day on the verge of appeal. There is no law. We're not gonna law in our books. I know say in Southern African region, that is Zimbabwe, then it's a requirement, it's a constitutional requirement. Then they say for anybody with in charge na court, that person he entitled to a judgment. He entitled to a judgment. But we're not gonna load in a saloon. So the president used the enormous powers will be 1991 constitution gave for pardon Paulo. I think it's a step in the right direction, I should say, albeit the flawed manner in which that gentleman was charged. But it should be a welcoming news.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, let me go back to Dr. Kamara. Dr. Kamara, one of the things I take into consideration is the fact that Mr. Cabo uttered one statement say, "Na Madabio bring democracy." That's alone. And I don't think say Mr. Cabo understand. I don't know if Mr. Cabo even been in a salon during the time of Madabio in 3 months, reign as a military junta. Definitely, Madabio was the person who advocated for saying, when I remember peace before elections. Mr. Cabo, peace before election was instituted by Madabio. Wait a minute, they shoot the protesters them. People like my sister, when Nazana Bangura and other people, they protested. No, So for you, for saying Madabio bring democracy, Madabio was forced for signing into that. It was a forceful stop. That's what Madabio just sit down and say, you know what, 3 months is enough. I don't promise to put in. I think that's a wrong thing. But Dr. Kamara, what you get for say about that? Dr. Kamara, hold on. Dr. Kamara, hold on. Let me bring you in. I think you did at the back.
All right. Yeah. Makota, doctor, you don't answer me question, and I just go put small thing there. Now the woman them, na Sierra Leone, may God bless them. Now them bring democracy. And I they urge the woman them back, may them take active participation for make them bring peace in that country there. Just like how you say, the honorable with sister Zana Bangura and other sister them, we pull the lapad and say no, nothing. We go to elections or something before. Yeah. So I mean, you don't answer the question. Just like I say, Moku do with homework rights, will shout to homework rights, and Moku not be so vindictive or pragmatic like Hitler.
All right, thank you very much for that. Well, let me give Mr. Cabo 1 minute for making just respond to that. Then I go to Bible Red, and I go to Adams again because Adams just come, so I will give him another chance. Mr. Gabo, you get 1 minute if you want for it. Mr. Gabo, you mute. All right, Mr. Gabo, you mute. I don't see it now, Matuka now.
Okay. No, I just went to my wife. She was living in the driveway.
Okay.
I'm back.
All right. Go ahead. Respond. You get 1 minute.
Taking a car out from the driveway. My wife was living.
So, Adams again. Adams, talk about.
Can you hear me?
Okay, with the Mr. Gabo. Go ahead. All right, Mr. Gabo, we don't hear you again. So I tell like say you don't feel.
I don't hear you, Mr. Makota.
Yeah, you hear me, Adams?
Yes, Abu.
Go ahead, Mr. Gabo. Hold on. Let Adams go ahead. Adams, you get 1 minute to respond to Mr. Gabo assassin saying, Mother Bill, bring democracy in a salon.
But this the evidence are there. Constitutionally, who don't sign the 1991 Constitution, where we get a multi-party democracy? Nigeria's Momo. And the policy when I inlay the foundation, the avenue for that one day for a smooth flow of a multi-party system, then at the person in the father of democracy. That's the facts are there, the evidence is there. Madabio never wanted an election. He was advocating for peace before election. But now when he don't see say the tides were against him, now he had no choice but to give in. That's the fact. The evidence is there. It was a multi-party democracy and constitutional governance. When the same constitution the way GS Momo signed, now impact late Cabal of blessed memory can continue. Now that same constitution the Nanes don't continue. The same constitution I Madabio they continue to. So Uda signed a multi-party system. It's the late man GS Momo. It was only unfortunate that he got overthrown even before we forget the next stage of the election. Or he laid the foundation for it. So more they give credence to people who didn't deserve them. I mean, to his credit, there was a time when Madabio said they talk say na nomenclature de na people lengia. Yeah, people lengia na nomenclature de, but you were not decent enough to make you make a disclaimer. Say no. Much as I would have loved it, but me, I am not the father of democracy in Sierra Leone. Let us give credit and honor to who honor is due, but not to Madabio, the father of democracy. I'm sorry.
Mr. Gabo, go ahead.
I think.
Well, I'm sorry, I was away in the downtime. What is the question? What is your question? No, I didn't get. I know you guys were on, but I was having a downtime because I was outside taking my car.
Yeah. So let's see what the statement when you talk about say the statement when you talk about say Namada Bill na the bring Okasina alone. Now that one day we decide for dispute.
Correct.
But say no, the evidence not show so.
Right. Well, I can tell you, say the evidence shows so because in as much as J.S. Momo laid the foundation for democracy at the time, we were in the pipeline for democracy, which was quite correct. He made it clearly based on the constitution. But that kind of democracy was overturned by the NPRC, and that's what.
In which Madabio was a party.
Of course, yes. In which Madabio was a party, right? It was turned down. But do you accept that? That was turned down because when a democratically elected government, or as J.S. Momo was on the path for democracy, laid the foundation, and it was overturned by military. That is to say, the military took over. What do you understand it? Correct? And the democracy was trying to usher out. Everything went to the grave, correct?
The foundation that the same foundation now would they use up to today. So how are we able to
now? So that was a done deal. Then came in the NPRC. Now what happened? They had a tie that in 4 years they have to go back to democracy, give the people the right to vote democratically, and we have a democratically elected government. That's why Madabio came in, because if I didn't correct that Strasser was trying to continue to overturn that, even though
that was not true. That was not true.
Madabio,
Even
no,
people that have been there around, Stasa was never trying
that's
to.
not my view.
Yeah, now even view, that, you know me saying a true view, but even at that,
No, it's not my view. It's not my view. Hold on, it's not my view. It's not my. Okay.
Hold on.
Right.
What are you talking about? How Madabio become the father of democracy in Salon when the time in 3 months where he been there throughout up to the last month before he relent, he been they tell people that say no election before peace. We say peace before election. Yeah, now for drink first.
All right. Now, after the agreement, the abortion of the agreement by Strasser in order to treat what the military government is doing, and Madabio was against that. That's the reason. I am not the one who said that. We've seen that over broadcast on BBC, VOA, all over the world. Madabio overthrew Strasser simply because that was not the agreement. He wanted the country to go back to the people. And in 3 months, Mr. Mankota, tell me who sold there? Name me countries in Sierra Leone and Africa. Maybe 1 or 2, just like I said, as Mr. Abdul does do almost time. Name me a country that a military personnel took over power for 3 months and they hand over to the government. Did you hear
Strasser himself where he been interviewed and what he talk about that particular allegation? You've been hearing
in
that
2012.
Yeah, you've been hearing that one day.
That's correct. That's correct. But this is the situation. Okay.
So you believe Madabio?
No, yeah, because it was put in place. He threw in 3 months and he fulfilled what he said. So definitely he made it what he said. If he would have not given power, then we would say, hold on.
Mr. Gabo.
Right.
Madabio, I don't know if you've been there as I don't at that time, but Madabio did not actually voluntarily relinquish power. He was forced to relinquish power. This was a fact. We already know the election.
Right. Mr. Mankota,
Mr. Kagbo, we ever read.
Hold on.
Just for me continue. I just want to ask question so you go continue.
All right. What's the question?
You be ever read Pakaba in statement, you're handing over where you talk about how Madabio never wanted to hand over power. He did it grudgingly.
Yes or no?
I read that.
You read that, but
yes,
you did ignore. But you did ignore him.
No, listen. Okay, I ignore it because there was nothing proven to that. Madabio came in, all the accusations, they are all accusations. He came in, and in 3 months, he gave power. If he would have plugged into power, I would have said what Stijan Kaba wrote was. And this is so. How would you accuse somebody of saying this, or people saying this when he came in and what they were saying about him is not the actual thing, and you see it in the other way around? Which one are you going to believe? I believe Madabio because practically it. Now, for the records, to say I was not in Sierra Leone, I was in Sierra Leone. Okay,
Mr. Gabo,
correct.
Mr. Gabo,
yeah.
Did you know the protest where the woman them in the protest against Madabio because Madabio been they insist it has to be peace first before ever they make election. You been know about that, right?
That is correct.
So
that's correct.
So people give power. Like what did the time for talk show? Why even they shoot on the protesters them because the protesters then say election before peace. He said no. So then you believe that one day, you ignore the other people, them people like Strasser, where they accuse him, where Madabio accused, Strasser can't tell we say that was a lie. And I get people them within that gentleman, the way tell me say it wasn't actually the truth. It wasn't a true for saying Strasser be one for retain power, it not be one for make election. Now you believe Madabio, but you discredit Strasser, you discredit Tijan Kaba. Even discredit the fact same we all been doing at that time they when Madabio be resist democracy. Hey, Mr. Gabo.
All right.
Now it's fabulous time. He has spent 10 minutes. He don't spend 10 minutes instead of 1.
But we just want Mr. Mankota. Mr. Mankota. Okay. All right, Mr. Mankota. I was there when the women were protesting. for the elections. I was there when I read the document for the handing over of Tijan Kaba. Right? Was there Strasser gave his own comments about that view. But all those things, they were said, but they never manifest to what they mean, because Madam, you hand over power. Now, who will you, if you're a judge, what will you take as the actual fact? If do you think that Madam, you're being president as a military officer, he has no power to resist when he has the military under his command at the time? He gave power, he gave the people the democracy they wanted. And that period, whether you twist it in one way or the other, there's nothing Madam you have done in this world which APC or supporters will not say otherwise. That's the fact.
Thank you.
They always twist the fact. Thank you.
Now,
Hello?
yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yes. How can Madabio bring democracy in a salon? We been the advocate for peace before election. You remember what happened with Hilton File in radio station? The civil society, me by Bure, I work out from Kisi for Go Bintimani. I did it. And from Madabio in very remote, you don't hear on video. He said he was wearing a green, but a different green. And I refer you to Charles Magai. He said let Kerfas Smart now win the election. When they get to Jankaba, would have subvert that election. They would have turned out through the Madabio because he was wearing a different green. Now that Monday they talk say now bring democracy in a salon.
And even they talk say without what he do, SLPP not for win that election, and they from you must way.
He was confessing that he rigged the election. Now, pushing down the way, it's not democracy. Pushing like that, they preside a government where they can impose a speaker. Now, the man that will bring democracy, then put 10 parliamentarians. You know what is democracy? The rule of law of late. What did happen now? He said, therefore, conduct local election without parties. When in 1954, one British MP, he said a parliament or any political setting without a political party is like a crowd without a purpose. Now a purposeless crowd. Now he don't lack confidence in the SLPP. You know, say the SLPP not able to get rain. He wants to subvert where the supreme law, the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991, establish a now multi-party in the country. Now if they can bring a legislation or parliament where is now law. But the law say the Constitution is supreme, and any law will be say it is inconsistent with the provision of the Constitution is null and void. Now, your government, your cabinet don't sanction, don't approve them. Is it not in a cabinet he preside? Is that the man he's talking about, a father of democracy? Mr. Cabo, come on, man. No use this platform to mislead the people. Society is judging you.
All right, now we go to the doctor. Doctor, go ahead.
Mr. Mankota, hold on. This is why they allow me to talk, Mr. Abdul, because all these questions you bring them to me, and I have to respond. I'm very important in this radio.
I know. It's very important about this radio. You might out against because of his stand.
Exactly.
Let me go to the doctor. Go ahead.
What's in the question, sir?
No, well, the father of democracy, you know, now when they discuss, Mr. Cabo say, now this one, I'm not the father of democracy. So everybody they got against us saying alive. So what do you think?
Well, more not get a good Trump at this station, I big. I'll just get one Trump, I big.
All right, thank you.
A summary of the summary.
Yeah, Mr. Cabo, go ahead.
Yeah. I think I keep repeating myself, and the reason why I want to, Mr. Baibure is saying you give me too much talk next time is that because the mere fact remains that 2, 4, 5 of you, there are sometimes more. They are all on one side, and I am in the middle. and I have to say the fact. And that's where
you are SLPP. You are not in the middle. You are SLPP. Say it.
The whole world cannot be wrong at the same time. The whole world cannot be wrong at the same time.
That's why I'm a threat to you guys. So I am so happy you guys are all here.
Trumpism. Yes.
Mr. Gabo, we love you.
That's why Mr. Mankota kept me here for the past 6, 7, 8 years. Because he knew that if all of you are here together, it will not make sense in just talking of one thing, praising APC and nobody to intercept you. So this is what makes the discussion go further. I am the most important, well, not only, well, we are all important, but I'm very important in this forum because I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf, and you are 4, 5, sometimes 6 or 7 of you. Yeah. So
surrender.
I will. You see, you cannot even beat me in no way. So how will I surrender? I've been here for 6, 7, 8 years. Up till now here from the inception. So I am as constant as the northern star and permanent. So I go nowhere. I waver to my responsibilities and to my ideology. And
I've been here for 9 years. I've been here for 9 years. I've been here for 9 years.
Mr. Gabo, we love you. We respect you, and we actually glad because at least for make the program look interesting, at least we get forget somebody who stubborn
conversation.
He don't know the truth, but he still yeah. That's very good. We like that. But at the end of the day, listen to this. Really, what did this guy say? I came dim content. He said you na bad market for salon.
Well, a bad market and good market, they exist together. You cannot do away without the other. That is the negative and the positive from creation. If you take it that way, if you think I'm negative and you are negative, we have to live side by side. All right? And the areas which we don't agree, we discuss them, and those we agree on that, but not to be disagreeable.
All right. Your nephew, I think we just say you know
I did a conference call, yeah.
I think we just tell us they go meet on Asanda. Asanda they go catch up. One meet on Asanda, they go Omojuba. One meet on before Alpha team go Omojuba. They go meet on Asanda.
Let me give you 1 minute. Let's round up. We don't go out of time. Let's round up. Let's start with Mr. Gabo, Mr. Abdul. Bible, you get 1 minute. Round up. What's not the way forward?
The way forward, more we hope and pray. The APC come back to power 2023, and we try for fix some of these things. We dey for the country. We dey for peace. We dey for nationhood. We know they divide. We know sabi tribe. Everybody is just Sierra Leonean. Everybody is just, it's a Congress. And it is did a Congress, the APC. So we know they say they can bring tribalism, regionalism. No, Sierra Leone is for every Sierra Leonean. So let's hope and pray APC come back to power for more fix the country. Now that they may get for now.
All right, thank you very much. Then we go to Doctor, go ahead. What are the way forward for you? 1 minute.
Well, I welcome the release of Paolo, and I further appeal to the President, His Excellency, make he extend the clemency to most of the people that are waiting at Panemba Road Day, especially there we young man that wait old, them be entire. Especially also the honorable when a political figure day, when Usman Karanke Conteh, and the rest of it. Not only Paolo Conteh. And let's start from there.
All right, thank you very much. Now we'll go to Adams. Adams, waiting at the way forward. Adams, you mute.
Sorry. The way forward for me is the fact that this is not 2021. There is a whole lot of things we need for do as a nation. And this is a very good start in the first place. But the president and in team then get for be sincere in their every single action. Now Paolo is out. We also get there is a burning issue where now this local government act to the one for by force for make it go through. So if care is not taken, the first nine acts we are slowly but surely driven to a one-party state, driving towards a one-party state. And that for be one of the issue we need for the trumpet up now. We have to be very, very mindful and be very careful as to how we go about getting it done. Other than that, I mean, Sierra Leone is ours. Everybody can get your political views, but outside the national interest supersedes that of party or individual interest. I think say we all want to Sierra Leone, Mr. Kagbo included. So, Mr. Kagbo, you're not just the only founding member or Nana. We see ourselves now, we see I can go and come. I've been, we don't fight now, we don't crack, all kinds we don't do. Some of you don't make plan for TP and all, but we still did Naya because this Naya Foundation begin. So thank you once more to everybody out there.
Thank you very much. Now, Mr. Kagbo, is your turn.
I want to thank you all, guys. Happy New Year once more to you all. We always learn. That's the beauty of democracy, which Madam Bio has introduced in the country. That's why we are here today, because of democracy. During the past regimes, maybe way back to Shaka Stevens, things like this don't exist. Even where they exist, they cannot say anything. They were always mute. They have to be told what to say. But today we stay everywhere in the world and we say what we want to say. In the country, we say what to say. We see people come with different versions of politics in Sierra Leone. In those days, it's just one part of politics. What is that? Thuggery. That was the only system of government. Government that was existing. The kind of politics that was politicking. It's just thuggery introduced by the APC. But today we have so many types of politics. People can talk, people can dance, people can sing, all those things. There were no musicians singing against government at that time. So we thank God to Marabio for giving us this privilege. And Marabio keep doing the right thing. Kagbo is right here. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much. And my last word now, what I get for say to the people, them, well, you know, a very difficult because with democracy is too young, really, really young. So along the way, we have mistakes, we have good intentions, we have bad intentions, we have stubbornness, we have everything. Now it encompasses a good democracy. You know, when we try for shape this democracy, it is our own responsibility as a nation, as a society, as citizens of that country then, for make sure saying we try for pull ourselves outside of you know, the self, you know, motivation, you know, self-motivation, and try for put ourselves inside a basket of what we call nationalism. A very, very important. As we all know, I always emphasize this, we all have our own different affiliation, political affiliation. But at the end of the day, let's try for shape this democracy, because right now, it just feel like iron. Now the time that one the way you able shape and the way you want them. If we wait with democracy, don't cool, it don't mature, it will be almost practically impossible for shape and the way we want for shape. And that makes some of we insist for say, yes, we get APC, we get SLPP, we get PDP, whatever political party, NGC. But at the end of the day, there is one thing that brings us together. The nation, nationalism. So I know the most important thing. So do you have, ladies and gentlemen, where they watch we? I just want for make we think about that as we try for exercise we right to freedom of speech, freedom of association, and all the democratic principles. Then where would they go with? I thank you very much again. But I want for you now. The last thing we'll get one of the Africans them way right now they go into business and technology, and as if we see. Some of the ads the way they give this ads applications the way Africa man them Sierra Leoneans in fact, and then they build into them here where they advertise for the first one. It's called Bystars. This people. So these are some of the things them we I want for Lewis yourself go they start for practice. We can do it. You know, if we get people the way able for challenge the big system for say yes, even though when I get the money, when I get everything, but we can do it because we get the technology, we get the idea, we get the intelligence for doing. Now we have responsibility now for support them. I thank you very much again. See you back next week, the same time, the same place here on the TPN Radio.